All right, and 3, 2, 1. Okay, I think I'm on. You are about to witness a miracle in modern broadcasting. I have not thought of a name for this. I don't have a name for this yet, so I'll do a placeholder name. I'll say okay, good morning. I don't know. So it'll be something like good morning, so that way I can do it every day and make money that way. Okay, so I was told that I have a very stunning personality. Someone once said I had a pretty soothing voice. So this is my podcast. Okay. I got the jitters right now, but, hopefully as it goes on, I'm going to loosen up. So, let me just start off with the premise. Whatever you want is going to be, my premise. So, oh boy. Okay. I'm shaking my hand. No, my camera's not on. Sorry. I was going to say, if you could see my hand, it's shaking pretty bad, but, you can't. Okay. So anyways, I'm going to do like a different idea every episode, and this episode idea is the top 10 worst human beings of all time, because you guys really love those top 10 lists. So, let's look, and it's going to be a mix of like science and my opinion. Maybe not science, but anyways, let's just move on to number 10. The worst human being of all time, number 10, is Adolf Hitler. So now a lot of people are like, well, no, he's number 1, and you're right, but you got to start off the list strong. And I said, well, if everyone picks him for number 1, I might as well pick him for number 10. So that way, I stand out. I'm not being, what's it called? Differential? No, that's not it. Anyway, how about I talk about why he's number 10? So, for those of you who don't know who Hitler is, he was like responsible for a lot of stuff in Germany. Like, they were in a recession and he got them out, and he invented the Volkswagen or something, and like the Autobahn, not the Kraftwerk song, and Kraftwerk's not on this list, so if you're a fan like me, don't worry. Anyway, he invented the Volkswagen, and God, what did you? I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank right now. So people like on the internet, whenever someone is being very mean, they say, "You're literally Hitler," and I'm like, you're not literally Hitler, because Hitler was literally Hitler. So, so he from what I've seen, I saw the movie Downfall, and he seems like a guy who yells a lot, and odds are that movie was probably like really historically accurate, and I've seen a lot of the memes about it too, like the Hitler reacts videos, and those probably aren't actually what he's saying, but he seemed like the type of guy that would yell a lot. I've seen like clips of Triumph of the Will, and he seems like he was like just a pretty. Oh, he was a Nazi. That's why he was bad. Okay, so Hitler was a Nazi, and that's why he was a bad guy. So that's why everyone hates him. Okay, this is easier than I thought. I'm starting to relax now. Okay, so now that we got the Nazi out of the way, we can move on to number 9, Tom Brady. Number 9 worst person of all time, Tom Brady. So, the Patriots are just they cheat their way to the top, and I've been a fan of the Rams since like this year, last year, whatever, since they moved. So he got his first Super Bowl win, six Super Bowl wins, by the way. That's 6 too many. 6 too many, and it was against the Rams first, because he probably cheated his way to that Super Bowl, and maybe the Rams were just not aware of how bad he was cheating them, because like later on there was like the tuck rule, which I don't think that exists anymore. And I think that was them like trying to cheat their way. And then they deflated that one ball, and he deleted the phone, which is like the football equivalent of the Benghazi thing. So, and right now, like today, they got in trouble for recording the Bengals, the 1 and 12 Bengals, doing their practice or whatever. And why would you do that? They suck. And do you not have any confidence in yourself, Mr. Brady? Did you record everyone else, and that's how you made it to 6 Super Bowl wins, is by cheating? Like real. So, so people don't say you're literally Tom Brady. So I know he's like, people will say like you're literally Hitler, but they don't say you're literally Tom Brady. So like Hitler and Tom Brady are in a room, I would probably like rather share a drink with Tom Brady. When I say share a drink, I don't mean like use the same cup. I mean like have our own drinks, and we can probably talk, because I assume Hitler would be yelling at Tom Brady. It just seems like he'd maybe not he'd try to get you to pay for him, and then he'd leave and say like, I'm going to the bathroom, but then he'd leave the bar. But I'd rather that than him yelling. So anyway, probably Bill Belichick can also be in this same, and the Patriots, just in general, just Boston. I'm gonna be real. I don't like the Yankees either. So let's see. Who is worse than Hitler and worse than Tom Brady and the Patriots? Number 8 is Number 8 is the Zodiac Killer. So there's this movie about him. It's this guy who's in a really big city, and he killed people. So he's worse because he's killed more people than Tom Brady. Obviously, he's probably never killed anyone. I don't know. Hitler, he was in World War II, so he probably had to do some stuff. But the Zodiac Killer is he has killer in his name, so that's why he's on the list. So he actually, I only know the movie, and I don't remember the movie. I'm trying to remember. Okay, Jake Gyllenhaal, Iron Man, whatever his name was, Robert Downey Jr. and they never caught the guy, so he killed people and he got away with it. Well, what is this? The government? Come on, I can joke. So, so the Zodiac Killer killed people, and he probably did it for fun. I don't know why Zodiac's in the name. Maybe he did astrology, and his horoscope probably said, Gemini, your horoscope today is that you need to kill someone, and he probably, horoscopes are just bullshit, but anyway, so he I don't know how many people he killed, but he is number 8 on the top 10 worst human beings of all time. Okay, and number 7. Okay, so I don't personally agree with this, but because I like my audience, number 7 is Donald Trump. I don't read the news, so I see on the internet people are like, Donald Trump, scumbag, and I'm like, oh, okay. I don't have an opinion. I don't support him. I don't hate him. I just I just go with the flow, and so just to so that way I don't seem like I'm too one way or too the other way. I'm just saying, Donald Trump, number 7. I don't know why they hate him. So my experience with Donald Trump is probably The Apprentice, and he does seem kind of like a jerk boss, like the type of guy that would give you, and it's like your weekend, and he says, do this paperwork, and you say, but it's my son's birthday and I have to go to TGI Fridays, and he says, it's my son's birthday too, and here I am, and he makes you stay an extra hour, so you're like an hour late to your son's TGI Fridays, and the catchphrase, you're fired. Maybe that was too close to people. You know what? Actually, I'm thinking as I'm saying stuff out loud. I'm not thinking first. I'm just like talking and thinking at the same time, if that makes sense. It's kind of like the way that flat earthers hate the government because they're government. What if people just hate Donald Trump because he became government, They just don't want to trust him because he has like the secrets to like the nukes in Area 51, and they're like, anyone with that knowledge who doesn't share it, I don't like him. So I think that's why people don't like him. Like I said, I don't read the news. I just see like those funny memes on like Instagram and stuff. So Donald Trump is the 7th worst human being of all time. And I'm sure you'd all agree. Okay, so moving on to number 6. So I have number 10, Hitler. Number 9, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, Patriots. 8, Zodiac Killer. 7, Donald Trump. And number 6 is whoever killed Jesus. So I don't read the Bible either, but it's like America is a pretty predominantly Christian nation, so I assume they take Jesus pretty personally. So, if you're like me but you actually don't know the Bible, I'll try to fill you in. So, there's this baby that was born like surrounded by animals, and he gets these presents from these strangers, and then he grows up, and people talk to him, and he like puts his hand on them, and then they're cured of stuff like leprosy or drug addiction or something, and people hated him for that. So people decided, you know what, we should kill that Jesus guy. I don't know why, but it's probably somewhere. I think the Bible is one of those books you have to read between the lines, kind of like reading poetry or like song lyrics. Right? You just have to really be in the mood to read it. But anyway, so Jesus cured, and then he was on a cross. So if you don't know what the cross is, it's that lowercase t thing, and they put him on that. And I just heard that when he was on the cross, somebody like threw a spear at him, and that's what did him, and he didn't like die of however. How do you die on a cross? Do you just fall over, or I don't know. Anyway, so they threw a cross at him, or no, they didn't do that. No, they threw a spear at him, and then he died. So, whoever that guy was, or girl, I'll even be super progressive, or they, whoever they or them, he, she was, that wasn't very cool. Okay, because now he has a religion, not the guy, not the killer, Jesus. I don't even know if this person has a name, and maybe it's in the Bible. Like I said, I never read it, so maybe it was, I'll probably revisit this episode once I get like 1 million subscribers, and then you'll probably fill me in on the name and say like, Rosie O'Donnell killed Jesus. And I'm so sorry. Rosie O'Donnell, of course, didn't actually kill Jesus. Okay, so and if this gets misinterpreted, okay, so okay, it's kind of like in the way that John Hinckley Jr. tried to kill Jodie Foster. No, he tried to kill Ronald Reagan to impress Jodie Foster. Don't try to kill Rosie O'Donnell to impress me, and say like, but she killed Jesus. No, of course she didn't, and you're not going to impress me by killing or by trying to force her to. And I'm just gonna ditch this. Okay, moving on. So Hitler, Tom Brady, Zodiac Killer, Donald Trump, not Jesus, but who killed him. And number 5 is Jonas Salk. So polio killed a lot of people, and Jonas Salk was the guy that invented it. So like FDR, President not Truman, President Roosevelt, forgot what the R stood for. President FDR Roosevelt, he had polio, and probably Jonas Salk was responsible. So why would you invent that? What is the purpose for inventing disease? As far as I know, it wasn't for like conquering a civilization. It might have been kind of like in 12 Monkeys, how they unleashed that plague. and it just winds up, wiping out half the world. Maybe Jonas Salk was just trying to wipe out the world. Actually, no. Let me just pull up Wikipedia right now. Okay, so let me just close my. I'm on a Patriots, like, what's it called? The page that makes fun of them. I was looking at a bunch of memes. So okay, Wikipedia, Jonas. No, not the Jonas Brothers. No, they're number 4. I'm joking. Okay, Jonas Salk, October 28th, 1914 to June 23rd, 1995, was an American. I'm just going to skip through this. Wait a minute. Okay, he discovered and developed one of the first polio vaccine. Okay, oh, that's weird. So he invented polio, but he also invented the vaccine for polio. Let me just go through this. Oh, why would you do that? Did he also invent the iron lung? I mean, okay, so I put it down for a moment. So inventing polio and then the vaccine and, maybe the iron lung, that's like inventing guns so you can, profit from killing, and then also inventing the something to undo gun deaths. It's like the bullet remover or something, like, why would you invent a disease and then okay, oh, I see. So of the 58,000 cases reported that year, 3,145 people died. I'm just going to end on that sentence. He killed 3,145 people, and then 6,000 were left with paralysis. So I'm just, again, reading Wikipedia. I'm just glancing through it really quickly. I want to see if it says why he invented it. Oh my god, AIDS vaccine work? So, hold on. Beginning in the mid-'80s, developed a vaccine for AIDS. I wonder if he invented that too. Anyway, so I'm trying to, polio research. Okay, polio research. Maybe that says why he invented polio. It's saying nothing about the invention of polio. It's just saying that he became a public figure, and maybe it's just because it's Wikipedia. So, no offense, but if you edit these pages for your own pleasure, you're just a goon, okay? So if you're going to leave out the fact that, like, Jonas Salk is responsible for the deaths of thousands, millions, possibly trillions, if you're going to leave that out, then you're just a buffoon, okay? So if you guys know the reason, please comment. Then maybe I can edit this in the future and say, like, why he was responsible for the deaths of many. Then I can get back to that. Okay. So let's see. Number 10, Hitler. Number 9, Tom Brady. Number 8, Zodiac. Not the movie, the killer. And number 7, Donald Trump. 6, whoever killed Jesus. Number 5, Jonas Salk. Oh, number 4. Okay. So number 4 is another one of those. I'm just trying to make you guys at home feel happy. Justin Bieber. And like what's you crazy Canadian? What's going on? He's like he started off like a young kid trying to impress women and stuff, and now he became this sensation. But then it's like he glamorizes doing drugs and tries to corrupt the youth of America. So I mean, he's not like a killer. Even I admit he's never killed anyone. It's not like Matthew Broderick. Matthew Broderick like killed someone. Maybe Matthew Broderick should be in the spot. But like Matthew Broderick, he was like drunk driving and like killed someone, and I think Laura Bush did too. Okay, so maybe it should be a 3-way spot. So it should be Justin Bieber, just to please you guys. But Matthew Broderick, because let's be real. If killing, you don't get the Monopoly get out of jail free card. But I guess you become first lady. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so and Matthew Broderick, I'm not really a fan. I saw the producers, the movie. The original was pretty good, but I mean, Gene Wilder did it much better, and Matthew Broderick was like, he still looks like Ferris Bueller. So when I like see anything with Matthew Broderick, Like the movie Glory, I just saw Ferris Bueller leading a bunch of people into war, and I was thinking, when is he gonna jump into the car and drive through the battlefield while Oingo Boingo plays, and then he died in the movie, of course. So it's based. I don't have to say spoilers because it's based on a true story. Okay, if you watch Glory, don't say, oh, it was ruined from this podcast because it's based on a true story, and that guy, whoever was in the movie, is actually a really good person because he was leading this all black battalion. But like, why cast Matthew Broderick though? It just doesn't make sense. Anyway, and Laura Bush, or is it Laura? No, who was the George W. Bush's mother? I forget her name. I don't know. We'll just say Mother Bush. Sounds like Mother Teresa, but I don't know. Anyway, these celebrities are getting... Who was I talking? Justin Bieber was the original one. Okay, so these celebrities that are getting away with murder... Oh, Justin Bieber didn't kill, but these celebrities are just getting away with using their fame to, just using their fame. They are the number 4 worst human being of all. No, there's multiple. They're just terrible people. Number 4. All right, moving on to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, 3. 3 is a tie. Believe it or not. 3 is a tie for worst human being of all, for third worst person ever. We have L. Ron Hubbard and Walt Disney. So I was walking down the Hollywood Strip, and every building was a Scientology building, and I'm like, I just want to, see the historical places like the Chinese theater, or the what else is famous? The Chinese theater. But there's all these Scientology buildings, and then they're on the corner saying, you want the free tickets to see a museum about a famous author. Oh, and at first I thought they said a famous Arthur, and I thought it was going to be like Arthur Miller. And I considered it, and then I said it was L. Ron Hubbard, and I said that's not Arthur Miller, and I kind of explained the comical misunderstanding. Oh, I thought it was going to be a famous Arthur. It could have been about the movie too. It could have been a museum about the movie Arthur, and that probably would have even been better. But the fact that there's all these Scientology buildings. Okay. Oh, I forgot to say. So L. Ron Hubbard, the same way that Salk invented polio, L. Ron Hubbard invented Scientology. It'd be really, it'd be kind of crappy if, like, when we die, it turns out that Jesus was wrong and Hubbard was right. But I'm gonna just play it towards what the majority wants, and I think you guys would want Hubbard to be here. So Scientology is about space. Not a lot of science in it, but there's like space. I did get my thetans. I did go in and got my thetans tested, and they said that I needed more thetans. I don't know what thetans are. So when they said I had low thetans, I thought that it was something like I needed to eat more Wheaties, and it would give me my essential vitamins and minerals. And once I ate my Wheaties, my thetans would be restored. And I thought it was like a scientific thing, because, Scientology. Science. And they were telling me that I could, get my thetans improved or whatever by like reading Dianetics, which is the book that L. Ron Hubbard wrote. It was... and Dianetics sounds really close to dialysis. So I tried to explain to them, my kidneys still work, and they kind of laughed about it, and they said, no, Dianetics is self-help. It's teaching you about like the source of emotion and stuff. And I was like, well, okay. I didn't actually take it because it's like a rabbit hole. I had friends tell me from the past that Scientology is just a rabbit hole, so I just always say no. It's like telemarketers on the Hollywood Strip. So I was like, you know what? No, I'll just play nice and like, no, thank you. I'm not a jerk. I'm not gonna like throw the book on the ground and spit on it, because I don't want to wind up on my own list of worst human beings of all time. Because I consider myself kind of astounding. So Yeah, I'm also kind of handsome, but L. Ron Hubbard. Oh, and also Walt Disney. Okay, so I'm not gonna pay $7 a month for Disney Plus. Okay, if I'll just keep streaming it off of like Pet Locker or whatever whenever I want to see Dumbo or I mean I've never seen The Mandalorian yet, but I've seen all those little baby Yoda memes. So like they keep buying stuff like Marvel. Marvel used to just be a comic book. I mean, it's a series. It's a company that makes comic books. It's not just like one book called Marvel. But Disney bought it. The company, not the. I mean, they probably bought the comics too, but they bought the company. So now they're like releasing all these movies, and really all that matters is like Guardians of the Galaxy and Iron Man. But now they're producing like 20 a year, and it's like milking a cow that produces milk. Well, I mean, of course, that's what cows do. It's like I forget the metaphor I was trying to make or whatever. So then they bought Star Wars, and I was like, well, George Lucas, let him die. Well, he did die. Okay, I'm sorry. So let him just enjoy his death. His grave is probably already untampered. So why dig it up? Why dig it up and put mouse ears on him when he probably was buried in like a Darth Vader? No, he wouldn't be buried in a Darth Vader outfit. Because if he was buried in a Darth Vader outfit, then that would mean that he's a bad guy, and he invented Star Wars, and that other movie. I mean, he did Howard the Duck. Don't get me wrong. So he kind of is. He's not. I'm not going to put him on the list. I'm not going to put him. I was thinking about it for a moment. I've never seen Howard the Duck though, but I've heard. Anyway, so L. Ron Hubbard and Walt Disney are together. I was thinking, you know what? These people, they like money, and that's the only reason why they they do stuff. All their interests are just motivated by financial gain, and that is not good. So L. Ron Hubbard and Walt Disney, I wish people would say stuff like "You're literally L. Ron Hubbard" or "You're literally Walt Disney." Like when they're having arguments on the internet, no one says that, and I think that'd be more effective than saying "You're literally Hitler," because I mean, so it's why. I mean, so you're a war leader, and okay, I get it. I'm trying to think of someone. Abraham Lincoln led the Civil War, and no one ever says you're literally Abraham Lincoln. But if you're like really corrupt with power and money, yeah, I think if people start saying you're literally L. Ron Hubbard or you're literally Walt Disney, people are gonna stop and think, oh my God, am I really? Oh my God, I think money is corrupting me. So yeah, I think I'm onto something good here. Okay. I just thought that on the spot. I just originally put them together because number 2 on my list, the number 2 worst human being of all time is whoever doesn't like and subscribe. So that means you, the viewer, are the second worst. Okay, no, that sounds okay. So not necessarily you. If you like and subscribe, you're not worse than, you're not literally L. Ron Hubbard. You're not literally Walt Disney. Yeah, I'm trying to make a joke. I was hoping it'd be like a really funny joke, and in my head, the way that my thoughts work is that I'll start thinking it, and then like the joke kind of flows in my head, and there's like a laugh track. So there was a laugh track in my head, and it worked. But now that I'm kind of alone in my room, it kind of does. Anyway, like and subscribe, and don't literally be L. Ron Hubbard, and don't literally be Walt Disney, because now I'm about to reveal the number 1 worst human being of all time. Here, actually, maybe I should give some honorable mentions. And if I didn't put L. Ron Hubbard and Walt Disney together, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so if I actually didn't put L. Ron Hubbard and Walt Disney together, then you, the viewer, would mean that you'd be number 1, and you're not. Oh man, that would have been bad. Okay, so honorable mentions. I'm trying to think of names. Like, the names that are coming to my head are not necessarily bad people. I have, like, Jacques Cousteau's name is in my head, and he's not a bad guy. I don't know why his name's in my head, but maybe, I don't know. Okay. Oh, by the way, if you ever have any comments, like, do a video that's like Good Mythical. I should stop saying other names. Like that Good Mythical morning show where they do stuff like Will It Play-Doh. Like, that's actually like a good idea. If you have any ideas like that, or you should try like eating the world's most expensive lobster, let me know. If you say something like hold my head underwater for like 45 minutes, I don't think I can successfully do that. Maybe I'll cheat. Okay, anyways, honorable mentions. There was who was that Cambodian dictator guy, like Pol Pot? Like it's Polpot. I don't know if it's one word or two. It's like pulpit. He was, I don't know much about him. I just know he was a Cambodian dictator. He probably killed someone because he's a dictator. Oh, Stalin. Stalin, he did World War II. He's not number one though. He's not number one. And why would you invade Czechoslovakia when you already have the motherland, when you already have the USSR and Russia, and I don't know if not the Great Wall of Berlin. The Berlin Wall. I don't know if that was up yet. But you already have so much territory. Why would you create World War II? I forgot what it was called. World War II. And why would you do that? Let's see. Also, honorable mentions, like all the people. Like I don't read the news, but all the people in the news that everyone hates. Like I know a long time ago, people were hating Bill Cosby. So like I said, I don't read the news. I don't remember what he did. I just remember like Mushmouth from Fat Albert. So when I think of Bill Cosby, I just think of like garbled speech. Who else is really hated? Like Cardi B, is she despicable? Is that who you want? I don't listen to her music. I really only have good influences in my life. So maybe I can say stuff like Satan, but I don't know if he was a real life human being. So I won't actually put him on the list. And I'll try to think of a few more before I move on. I like the suspense of unveiling number one, because I'm assuming you guys are listening to this in groups, and you guys are with friends and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna place my bet for who's the number one worst person on." I still haven't thought of a name yet. So maybe next episode I'll have like a name, or probably by the time this is edited. I could start over right now and have the name, or re-edit it, but that's gonna be effort. And it's gonna ruin my flow, and I have a good flow right now. So anyways, I'm expecting you guys to kind of gamble on these top 10 lists, because it is a mix of like science, but because I have these, I want my opinions to kind of throw you off. So how about people don't like Fox News, so maybe that can also be an honorable mention. So Fox News is like a terrible human. Well, it's not a human. It's a news organization. And because I don't want to make enemies, so I can probably say like every news thing, but I know a lot of jokes are at the expense of like Fox News. Like I said, I don't have anything against them because I don't read the news. I'm trying to think of like presidents that were hated. The Zodiac Killer, like not other Zodiac killers, other serial killers. So Ted Bundy, and Jeffrey, the cannibal guy, not Jeffrey Dean Stanton, Jeffrey Dahmer, and John Wayne Gacy. Why would you kill people? You get an honorable spot on my list for sure for killing people. I do not take kindly to that. Maybe the guy that invented McDonald's. I'm not saying he's a killer. I'm saying maybe he should be on here too, because when I saw Super Size Me, and I was like, "What? No way! All these fat people!" And I mean, I'm not saying that you guys are fat or that McDonald's made you fat, but I mean, At least, eat a salad. Not, I mean, that sounds mean. I'll edit that out. I should take a lot of this out. Anyway, so, and I still eat at McDonald's, but I feel bad when I do. It's kind of like when you go to Chick-fil-A, because your money goes to, like, charities that hate gay people, but when you go to McDonald's, it's like your money just goes to obesity. Anyway, who else is evil? Trying to think of history. Maybe like the first caveman to ever kill someone, because I don't take kindly to murder. That's just to kill a mockingbird is a cardinal sin. I believe that's what the book is about. Anyway, it's not about cavemen, but it's just about why killing is bad. Okay. So I'm gonna give you watch. Place your bets now for number one. I'm expecting you guys to be talking with your friends and saying, "Oh, I think number one's going to be it's going to be Laurence Olivier," or he's not number one. I'm just like imagining. I was just watching Marathon Man, so that's why his name's in my head. Okay, place your bets now. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, the number one worst human being, worse than Hitler, worse than Tom Brady, worse than the Zodiac Killer, worse than Donald Trump, worse than the guy who killed Jesus, or the girl, worse than Jonas Salk, Bieber, L. Ron Hubbard, and Walt Disney, and you, not you, the viewer, but like people who don't like and subscribe. The worst person is Hans Gruber from Die Hard. So, Die Hard, it's a really cool movie. It's like a company somewhere in LA, like on Christmas Eve or something. They are celebrating a party at this company, and then these German terrorists come in, and they're led by Hans Gruber. And Hans Gruber, he's played by Alan Rickman. He just plays him so fantastically. That's like one of my favorite performances of all time, because whenever I see him, I just literally think, oh my god, I'm like looking at like the face of ultimate evil, because he's a bank robber or whatever they're doing, like a company robber, burglar, I don't know. So they're trying to break into this building and steal like bail bonds or war bonds, or what is just bonds? Anyway, so they're trying to steal bonds, and Bruce McLean, or Bruce Willis, playing McLean, he comes in, and of course, the best part is Hans Gruber gets his comeuppance, unlike all these people. Like for instance, if Jonas Salk, if he had died of polio, I didn't see how he died. But, if Jonas Salk had died of polio, he would have gotten his comeuppance. But, because Hans Gruber, he's trying to rob Bruce, John McClane, that was his name, trying to rob John McClane and the company. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but it's one of those things that you watch once, and you don't need to watch it again, because it just sticks with you. So he's trying to rob him, and he falls off a building. Now, I also brought this up. There's a fun fact. Hans Gruber's reaction to when he falls down is completely genuine, because the cast and crew said that they were going to drop him on 3 and say like 3, or no, I'm sorry, on 1, or you're going to say 3, 2, 1, okay, action. And on the word action, they were going to cut the cable and he was going to fall, but they let him go early, so it was like 3, 2, okay, let him go, and then he fell. So Alan Rickman's fear is genuine. And so I just wanted to bring up, because number one, I think if you can put in like fun facts as well, that adds to the power. Is that the word? I don't know. It adds to it just adds to the effect of them being number one. So anyway, don't steal bonds from companies, because Bruce Willis, and also don't kill people, because that way you're going to be like Matthew Broderick and that Bush lady, whoever it was. And anyway, these are my top 10 worst. Who are your top 10 worst human beings of all time? And don't forget to like and subscribe, because I don't want you to be on the list. I'm joking, of course. You're still not gonna be on the list, but tell your friends about this. Give me money. I'm only doing I'm doing this partially because I need money, but I should probably edit that out too. It sounds really selfish. I'm just going to keep it going till it's about 40 minutes, 39:55, 39:56, 39:57. Okay, I am about at the 40-minute mark. I could edit this in 2 parts, and then that way I can make more money that way. You know what? No, I'm a good human being. I'm going to put this as a single part for those of you that like longer cuts, that like to like do your taxes and have something in the background. So this is my top 10. I'm going to do more top 10s and more material as I figure out the flow to the show. I'm going to try to put something up. I mean, I'd like to ideally do it like every hour because I have a lot of ideas, but I'm not gonna like pull a Disney and saturate everything. So anyway, this is my show, and thank you for tuning in. And I'm trying to think of a catchphrase I can use as my closing. Have fun. Thank you. Goodbye.